Hello, today we're going to do Module 5, Lesson 28. Our objective is that we're going to compare fractions with the same numerator pictorially. Okay? Now the numerator is a fancy word. We haven't covered this, so let's talk about numerator. Is a fancy word to say number of pieces. Do you see how I can remember that? Because it looks like numerator is my number of pieces on my fraction. So if I have 2/3, what is my number of pieces? Well, I know how many pieces the thing is cut into, but this is my number of pieces. This is my numerator. Okay? So we're going to be talking about making pictures where the top number is going to be the same, or the numerator is going to be the same. Okay, here we go. Before we do anything, I would like to first get black, but I would like to do a quick practice on making equivalent fractions. So for instance, if I have 1/2, I need an equivalent fraction that would be fourths. What would the equivalent fraction be? How do we figure that out? Well, what do I do to the 2 to make 4? I multiply it by 2, right? So I'm going to times it by 2. If I times this one by 2, I should do the same thing here, and that would help me figure this one out. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, well, let's do it again. Let's do 1/2 again, but let's do 16. Ooh, 16ths. What did I do to the 2 to get 16? I multiplied it by 8, right? 8 times 2 is 16. So I'll do the same thing up here. 1 times 8 is 8. So 1/2 is equivalent to 8/16. Okay, now what if I did 1/3? And I wanted to know the equivalent fraction in ninths. What would I do? Well, what did I do here? 3 times what is 9? 3. So I'm going to do the same up here. 1 times 3 is 3. So 3/9 is equivalent to 1/3. Okay, moving on. Let's do our application problem. Latanya has 2 equal-sized hot dogs. She cut the first one into thirds at lunch. Later, she cut the second hot dog to make double the number of pieces. Draw a model of her hot dogs. Okay, so got 2 hot dogs. I'm just going to make like a tape diagram, kind of a drawing, because a hot dog's sort of that shape. Okay, so she cut the first one into thirds. All right. There we go. Later, she cut the second hot dog to make double the number of pieces. Well, I have 3 pieces. I need double. So if I cut them in half, I have twice as many. There we go. See, I have twice as many pieces. Draw a model of her hot dogs. We did that. Now, how many pieces is the second hot dog cut into? Well, how many pieces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's cut into, or how many pieces is the second hot dog cut into? It's cut into 6 pieces. So let's write that down. The second hot dog is cut into 6 pieces. There's our statement. That's a complete sentence. If she wants to eat 2/3 of the second hot dog, how many pieces should she eat? Okay, so she wants to eat 2/3. Well, I'm going to use this one to help me, because I know that this is cut into thirds. So this over here would be 2/3. So do I have a line that's the same? I do. So that tells me if I'm going to eat this much here, how many pieces did we eat? See how we could use this like we used our fraction strips. We can figure that out. So how many pieces would she eat? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. If she ate 2/3 thirds of the second hot dog. She would eat 4 pieces. There, complete sentence for our statement. Okay, excellent. Let's move on. Okay, now first thing I want to do is I want to talk some more about LaTanya's hot dog. So we knew that this hot dog looked like this, and it was cut into thirds. And we had another hot dog about the same, well, exactly the same length. And she had twice as many, double the amount. So to get that, we just cut these in half. Okay, now, here's my question about this. Let's change it just a little bit. What if LaTanya eats 2 pieces of each hot dog? Okay, so she's eating 2 pieces. She eats these 2 pieces. I'm losing my, there we go. And she eats these 2 pieces of each hot dog. Okay, now, what fraction of the hot dog of each hot dog did she eat? So in this one, which fraction did she eat? Well, how many is it cut into? It's cut into thirds or 3 pieces. She ate 2. 2 is the numerator. It's the number of pieces. Okay. Well, this one was not cut into thirds. This is cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many did she eat? 2. My numerator is 2. What is my fraction? 2/6. My top fraction here is 2/3 for this tape diagram. Okay, now, she ate 2 pieces, right? Well, did she eat the same amount? No, she didn't eat the same amount, did she? Because this is twice as much. Look at that. 2 pieces would be the same as 1 of these pieces. So she ate twice as much of the first hot dog, didn't she? Okay, why is it this way? They're both 2 pieces. How come they're not the same amount? Well, it's because the size of my pieces is different. These are a lot smaller and these are a lot bigger, aren't they? Okay. Excuse me. This time, please draw 2 pizzas. Side by side, try to make them about the same size. Okay. Now, please cut both of them into fourths. So we cut it in half. We cut our halves in halves, we get fourths. Cut it in half. Cut our halves in halves, we have fourths. Okay. Now the second one, I want twice as many pieces. I want double the amount of pieces. So what should I do? Well, let's cut this in half. Cut each piece in half. If I cut these pieces in half and these pieces in half, how many pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is fourths. This is cut into eighths. Okay? So now you get to have 3 pieces of each pizza. Or you get 3 pieces of one pizza. Here we go. Let's change it that way. Which pizza do you want the pieces? Well, this one, if I had 3 pieces, I would have this piece and this piece and this one. 1, 2, 3 pieces. Okay, so which pizza would you rather have the pieces from? The one cut in fourths or the one cut in eighths? If I'm really hungry, I'm going to want the one cut in fourths, aren't I? Alright, so because this one is 3 pieces of fourths. This is 3 pieces of eighths. The numerator, the number of pizzas are the same, or pieces are the same. So, which would you rather have? The larger? Probably. So you would want 3/4 of the piece instead of 3/8 of the pizza. Okay, so what we just did is we showed pictorially, means we made pictures of the fractions and we showed the amounts to compare them. Just by looking at this, we can compare and see automatically which one has the larger size, which one we want over the other. Okay? Good luck with your homework. I'll see you soon.